Hi friend, thank you for coming to me with this issue of gestational diabetes that your doctor talked to you about. The great thing is you have about eight weeks to work on this, and if you're willing to put in a little bit of effort and thought, we can definitely get your numbers down. I'm confident in that. You started with a good weight, you've gained a reasonable amount of weight, you've already had healthy children and vaginal births at a good weight when they were born. So those are all good indications that your body's totally capable of this, and I have complete confidence that you can do it. In our lifestyle today, there's just an abundance of processed carbohydrates. It's easy to grab spaghetti and white rice and of course treats everywhere you go in the checkout line, and especially when you have a family and we're busy as mothers. I know it's really hard to pay attention and sit down and really eat what you're supposed to be eating. Sometimes it's just grab and go rather than nothing. And that's often carbohydrates. Maybe you're grabbing some pretzels and they taste good, but it's not really doing anything nutritionally for you. So there's so many empty calories out there, and even a lot of that will spike your insulin, and even fruits and things like that can be a problem. I was a watermelon addict forever, and ended up having some problems with having way too many carbohydrates in my diet. So I totally feel your pain. Even if you think you're eating really healthy and you're grabbing the wrong things, it's still going to have the same effect within your system. So I have some ideas that we can do to help that. We want to concentrate on good fats and proteins and make sure you keep your calorie content up through all of this. And we can replace some of the things that we're already doing, and then maybe leave some things out and do some different things where you're eating a lot of the same kind of foods that you like, but maybe replacing a couple of things that will help you to do a change kind of quickly, since we're focusing on this 8 weeks. But the great thing is it's going to benefit you and your baby and your other kids, your family. This is a good diet for everybody, whether you're pregnant or not, or having whatever issues, with too high of carbohydrates in your diet. So if you take a look at your plate, and just as a rough estimate, think of about half of it as vegetables, and then a quarter protein and a quarter whole carbohydrates. We don't want to stay away from anything processed if possible, and replace that if you have white rice, and you would want to use brown rice. And I even have a veggie replacement for that, the riced cauliflower, which is super simple to make, and I have a recipe for that for you in your menu as well. So, if you're doing the cauliflower rice and you're doing a stir fry over it, it's delicious, and you're not adding any extra carbohydrates for the insulin problem. You want to try to eat protein every couple of hours to help keep your insulin level stable. And so, do you have any favorite foods that you're leaning towards now that might be hard to give up, or might be like a deal breaker? If you can't get some of this during the next 8 weeks, you're going to be really hard for you. Oh, pasta, yep, for sure. Bread for sandwiches, yep. And you like chocolate. Yeah, the normal stuff for sure. But I have some good replacements that would be really helpful for you. And one more thing, so I don't forget, because I forgot earlier, is exercise is really important also. So if you can put in 20 or 30 minutes a day in exercising, it's using up some of the sugars that are in your system. And so it burns the glucose as energy. And so you're getting rid of it, some of it that way. So that's one way that you can help moderate this as well. Let me see here. So, okay. So, some replacements would be the cauliflower rice that I mentioned. Also, if you have or can get a spiralizer, they're super inexpensive, and spiralize like a zucchini, and you could use that for spaghetti noodles or a spaghetti squash, cut in half and steamed, and then when you separate it, you've got like the angel hair pasta, and those are fantastic with regular meat sauce or whatever you want to put on there. And you've got basically vegetables and a protein with that. Also, use your crock pot when you can, and that will help free you up so you're not tempted to just do something as a quick fix, because the processed foods are going to be way quicker. Rice takes 10 or 15 minutes, where brown rice takes 45 minutes or so. But thinking ahead of time, if you have a rice cooker, put the rice on early. Use your slow cooker. If you're going to do a soup, maybe cook, if you're going to use meat, put it in the night before and get the benefit of the bone broth as well. Cook that night, put it in the fridge, let it leach out all night long. Next day, warm it up, throw the veggies in, and it's pretty quick. So, when you can fit some of this stuff in, so you kind of prepare it ahead of time on your meals, really also helps. And for sweetening, instead of relying on sugar, maybe you could switch to stevia. And I have some great menu recipes and things here for you as well. For some of the soups, I personally like to eat crackers with it. And on the market now, since a lot of people are having trouble with the carb problem, there are replacement like seeded crackers. Certain brands, they're delicious. They're really good. And so if you were to have cheese and crackers with your soup, you're getting even more protein and the healthy fats and things up. Put some butter on the crackers as well, because that's super delicious. So we want to use fats like coconut oil, add a lot of avocados in there, super good for you. You're getting the healthy fats as well. And if you really need a sandwich, maybe try one slice of bread and go to sprouted grain like Ezekiel or whatever kind. And if you can fit in kombucha and some of the yogurts that I have here will also help with a healthy gut. And all of those things work together. Being outside in nature, taking a walk, eating the healthy food, it's all going to work together to stabilize your glucose level and take that down. So that's going to be super good. If you are having a chocolate craving, then try dark chocolate. Way better for you and it assimilates much more slowly. Throw in nuts in there, some nuts and maybe a teeny bit. If you get the chips, like chocolate chips, you're not tempted to eat the whole bar, and have some pecans or walnuts or almonds or something and a few of those dark chocolate chips. And so you're getting a really good snack. You're getting the nuts and the oils in there are going to help to slow down the release of insulin because of the sugar that you're eating as well. So I have a lot of things. You can make chia pudding. You can make coconut butter with dried coconut flakes and a little bit of cinnamon, and that's also a super yummy treat that's good for you. So using appliances really helps take some time off and makes it sometimes more doable to make some of these meals that might seem a little bit overwhelming. Let me see, I think that's about it. So do you have any questions? Yeah, so just make sure and keep up the protein every couple of hours and even have some by your bed in the morning when you wake up, so that helps right away balance your blood sugar. And then again before bed, soon before you go to bed. Don't have it like 3 hours before you go to bed, like right after dinner or something. That may not do you as much good as if you have it like right before bed or within the hour before you go to bed. So if you have any other questions, you can email me and I will send you my recipes online. And if you have any questions, you can get a hold of me anytime. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.